What's up, y'all? So this is another video in the download series. And yes, frankly, in the online world or in this circle of the internet, you've probably heard about it before, and many great people are talking about it. But like I said, this is the download series, and it's something that is very important to me and has become increasingly more important. And it's actually one of my research areas right now in terms of learning. And that is the matter of food and what you consume. And so, yeah, especially if you're already, what would the word be, I guess, health pilled, in terms of you realize that things like seed oils are not good. If you don't know what a seed oil is, you can look it up, but basically that's going to be canola oil, soy oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, those sort of things, as opposed to natural cooking things like olive oil, butter, healthy butter, not the, what's it called, mascarpone? No, that's cheese. Marzipan, no, margarine. Margarine is also a no-go. But anyways, butter, olive oil, ghee, coconut oil, avocado oil, those are all going to be way healthier, as well as like beef tallow. You can do duck fat, beef fat, those kind of things. Those are all great. So anyways, avoiding things like seed oils and processed foods, as well as, and that includes, right, of course, candies, or just generally fake things. Yeah, and we really don't like fake meat, especially, by the way. Beyond Meat can go straight to la basura in Spanish, the toilet. And so, right, if you're familiar with any of these sides of the internet or just health and you care about yourself in general, it's probably something that's relatively familiar to you. And you may have noticed these things personally, but I want to emphasize and even add a bit of a spiritual lens to things here, because if you've noticed, not only just if you're eating healthy, whole foods, right, in terms of lower ingredients, things that come directly from nature, right, not processed, and not cooking with these crazy oils literally made from straight petroleum. But even if you're eating too much regular food, they literally affect your overall, not just, yes, of course, your health, but your overall state of living. And what we would say in the, like, even perhaps the woo-woo esoteric land is your state of vibration. To give you a brief explanation there is your state of vibration is overall the frequency of your body. And to put this in a visceral understanding is when you're feeling really great, it's almost like you're magnetic, right? Everybody's talking to you, good things are happening. It's like if you've seen Harry Potter, like you've almost taken the liquid luck. And you've probably experienced times like this in your life, whether that be in sports or just in moments you felt extremely grateful and blessed. Also, that's in alignment with you. But if you're eating these negative foods, it will literally lower your vibration, right? And you may feel lethargic, depressed, cloudy, lack of focus, all these sort of things. And so that's why it's so important to get the right foods. And to add that extra faith level, especially if you're already someone who is, either a Christian or in general believer, you may have heard of something called spiritual warfare. And frankly, I'm at the point now where I would say most foods and things in line that aren't from nature can be spiritual warfare because of the way that they lower your overall state of being. And so that's why it's important to care and evaluate these things and look for matters like this, like making sure you're taking in the right foods. Not only, yes, to perform at higher levels, but also, to keep yourself in line and not, right, go on that downward track. And especially if you're living in the US or even parts of Europe, I understand that the healthier, non-processed food may be more expensive. But think about it this way. This is the frame that I love to use, is I'm thinking about these things in terms of investments because, right, with what we just talked about in terms of the food and how real food with real ingredients makes you feel, that is a positive ROI in terms of it is an investment into my health, because I know when I am focused and in higher states of clarity, like these foods help me, and feeling fueled and properly in line and at higher vibrational levels, that I'm going to make more money. I'm going to be more productive. I'm going to do better in my business. I'm going to have better lifts and get into better shape, right? And so that is a positive investment into yourself, and realize too that that's going to be one of the most helpful investments, not only now, but for life. Because survey nearly any older millionaire or just successful person in general in any walk of life. And oftentimes what they'll tell you is one thing that they wish they actually invested more in and focused more on is their health. Because guess what? When you're 60, you can't quite fix it the way you can when you're in your 20s or when you're in your 30s, or right, for those of you who are younger, in high school or even younger than that. And so that's why I just wanted to emphasize and recount this download, the importance of health. And yeah, it's an 80-20 or a 90-10 thing too. I personally love, right, some processed foods every once in a while, like it reminds me of childhood, all these kind of things. But we're gonna make sure to emphasize that 80% or more of those foods are going to be that healthy point, and especially if you're leading an active life, right? That's gonna stop that. But you may have to be even more focused and have a little bit more discipline on the way to getting yourself into better shape, right? Or if you're in cutting or anything along those lines. And for those of you who are more interested in this subject, you can follow my friends, guys like @Homer Helios on Instagram, @Solbra, as well as research guys like Ray Peat or Carnivore MD. Because frankly, right, if we think about the way we are attacked in this world, and in some of the areas of most confusion, that's mind, body, and spirit, right? And part of both mind and body is education and, right, nutrition, as well as working out. And, right, with what I just said, those areas, I believe, are intentionally challenging and can be confusing. But that doesn't mean that you're not supposed to understand and not supposed to seek understanding. Yes, it can be frustrating, but those three areas, mind, body, spirit, and all of what they encompass, are also the most rewarding for your personal path and way. So that's been a download on food and more. Blessings.